What's up, you guys? Man, this is Love versus the Reality of Love podcast. Back with another episode. You already know this. This is exclusively on YouTube. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you get notified every time that I drop a vid. Keep on running the numbers up, you guys. Y'all been doing great. Keep on going. We're going to jump right into the topic of the day. It's a heavy question. Going to probably be a very controversial statement that's going to be made. Like I said, this is an adult show, so you guys strap in. We're going to get into a real question. Question of the day is, if two consenting adults have sex, unprotected sex, so both parties agree to unprotected sex, and out of that unprotected sex, a child is born. If the man has explained and said that he does not want the child, doesn't want it at all, but as the woman, it's your body, your choice, and you decide to keep that child, should that man have to be financially responsible for that baby if you choose to have it? Now, I know that is a long, drawn out, loaded question, and it deserved that long, drawn out presentation of that question because it's very loaded. It's a very deep question. Now, let's get back to, because you got to break this down step by step to really come to my conclusion, and I think. So let's break it down. So you have two consenting adults having unprotected sex. Wrong right there. You started out bad. But if this is what you guys agreed to, as both parties need to understand the consequences of that. There are consequences of having unprotected sex. And I think a lot of people don't understand that out the gate. So that encounter right there needs to be consensual. You need to understand what you're getting into. You need to understand that, yeah, there's a possibility a baby could pop out of this exchange. All right. Let me move on down the line. Now she's pregnant. She tells you, you have a conversation with her about, that she's pregnant. And you tell her, I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with the child. I don't want this baby. Let me say this. I'm choosing my words very carefully. Let me say this. If you were to have unprotected sex with a woman and then she comes to you and you say that you don't want the baby, first off, you shouldn't have had unprotected sex. That's number one. You gotta go back to where you first messed up at. You had unprotected sex. You know what comes with unprotected sex. You're a grown man. You understand the consequences of that thing, right? Now, she has a decision to make at that juncture that she wants to raise this child. And you tell her telling her out the gate that no, you don't want no financial, none of that. You don't want nothing to do with the child if she decides to have it. Now, then you have to go to your morals. Do you believe in abortion? Do you believe in adoption? What do you believe in? So let's just say that she decides to keep the baby all the way around. It's her body, her choice. Because I know, okay, let's say she has a baby, right? In my opinion, this is my opinion. We can debate about it. If that man that's came to you and already told you what it was hitting for, no, he should not be financially responsible. Because you made the choice to have a child at that point, knowing the consequences of that man not being there. Like, to me, all the burden shouldn't just be on just the man. All the burden shouldn't just be on the woman. That's why in the beginning, where mess up was at in the beginning, which you shouldn't be having unprotected sex out here with somebody that you can get, that you don't want a baby with. If you don't want kids, bruh, stop having unprotected sex. Simple solution to this issue. But we're just talking about the scenario. And in this scenario, no, he should not be financially responsible. Because at that point, you made a decision to have a child, knowing you were going to be a single mother, knowing that you weren't going to have any financial backing. He should not be responsible for that. He told you what it was hitting for. And at that point, you made a decision. Now, am I advocating abortion? No, I'm not advocating abortion. But am I advocating making a better choice? Yes, I'm advocating making a better choice. Because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to take on what is being asked of you to take on without any help, then you should have made a decision. Because at the end of the day, let me reverse it. Let me flip it. The man wants the baby, but the girl doesn't. He has no say-so in what happens with that child. Because it's your body, your choice. You can terminate that pregnancy. That man has no say-so. Nothing. Can't say anything. Has to let that crap build up within him and live with that happening. It's rough. I'm telling you, it's rough. When you gotta when you've been through that, that process of an abortion, as a man, it's rough because you have to bottle up everything inside and try to be there and supportive for that person. Or you have to bottle up inside because ain't nobody else to talk to about it. And so to me, if you can make a determination of whether you can have, there could be life or not, then if you bring that life into this world and that man tells you he wants nothing to do with that child, he should not be financially obligated to that child. You can't force that man to be there for that child. He made it. He told you. I'm saying in this scenario, he told you out the gate, I don't want this child. Where y'all both messed up at. Because not only is it the man's fault, it's the woman's fault as well. Y'all had unprotected sex. Got unprotected sex. What you think come with unprotected sex? Y'all both knew the consequences. Y'all both took health class. We know what this hitting for. Y'all both know the birds and the bees. So both should be held accountable at that point. But once that man tells you, if you had this baby, I don't want nothing to do with it. Nothing financial, none of that. I'm not helping you with this child. I don't want a baby. Then at that point, in my opinion, he should not be paying child support. You should not be obligated to do that. Because now it's a decision of you. Now, so you got to abort the baby. Not saying you got to get her for adoption. But know what you're getting into. Know that you're going to be a single mother. And it's sad, it hurts, it's stupid, it's dumb. But y'all made the bad decision to start it out. What you thought was going to come with that? I'm just saying, let's be real. Let's be adults about this situation. Let's be real adults. Y'all laid down there, y'all had unprotected sex. You let him, you let him finish it. You let him finish. At that point, life was created. That night. And the sad part is the child has he gets affected the worst out of this whole scenario. And that's the sad part about this whole thing. The child is affected the most. Because he's either not going to be here or going to be here with a single parent. Without his father being in his life. Because of the decision that y'all both made. So y'all want to be out here having unprotected sex. I'm telling you, that ain't the wave. Because scenarios like this happen like this all the time. The one I just brought up happen all the time. And a bruh get ghost on you. He'll block you. You won't know his number. You won't know nothing about him. So watch out. Just don't be out here just having unprotected sex. If you're not ready for what come with that. Because what come with that could be some pain. It could be some drama. This question right here is so loaded because I don't think he should be financially obligated at that point. Because he told you what it was hitting for during your pregnancy. And so if you have it, if it's your body, your choice, then now it's your child. Sorry. This is my opinion. We can argue and debate about it. But this is my opinion. It's your baby now. Because he told you he was not going to be there out the gate. So you should put in your mind at that point, what should I do? Do I get this child up for adoption, or do I think I can raise this child on my own? That should be the only two options. He's not an option at that point. Because what you don't want to do, you see, this is what you don't want to happen. Let me give you the flip side to him financially being there. Now, eventually, let's say he changes his mind and want to be in this child's life. You've been paying child support now. You get access to your child. Do you want a man who did not want that child at all? At all wanted you to abort him to ever have any access to that child? Do you want that? I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. Do you want that man to have access to your child now? He didn't even want him. He told you kill him, get rid of him. Gave you the bread to get rid of him. And you don't? I gotta think about that, man. I gotta think about that. Why even give him any access to this child? At all. If he felt so strong about that, and he felt the need to express himself in that way, know that what he said has consequences too. You can't bend the block and come back around. Nah, because you see it all the time. You'll see it all the time. Dad's not being there in their child life. All of a sudden, the child start making it big. All of a sudden, here come Pops. You crazy? No access. No access. And at that point, when that child gets grown and everything like that, if he want to go and do that part and go find out where his other part of him is from, that's on him. He's grown at that point. But to me, the decision was made. When you lay down there and have unprotected sex, the decision was made. Child coming with this. Possibly. And once that happened, now you got to make a decision. Because let's say that, like I said, I gave the other scenario. Let's say the dad want the baby and you don't. You can kill that baby, get rid of him. Man has no say. So if he has no say, then he got no say on the other side of that thing. You feel me? All I'm saying is weigh your options out. And if you don't get anything out of this video, get this. Stop having unprotected sex with people that you don't know what their agenda is, and you don't know whether they want to have kids, or you don't even know them like that, or that you're not even married to. None of it is covered. Stop raising these kids in these broken homes. That's all I got to say today, y'all. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell to get notified every time I drop a vid. I will see you guys Monday. Hey, until next time.